Hello everyone, my name is Abhilasha and of course I'm your favorite VRC educator on Unacademy. I've been teaching for the last 22 years for CAT and CLAT and have been with Unacademy for the last 3.5 years. Guys, we do this weekends with RC every weekend where I cover one reading comprehension passage from the Hindu or the Aeon essays. Now today of course is the turn of an Aeon essay and therefore we will not waste any more time and we will get started and do this very quickly. Do remember to hit like, share, subscribe and the bell icon, and also remember to share this session with your friends and family right away so that we can update ourselves. We can get we are aware that this is happening, that your friends and family are also able to join in. If you haven't yet connected with me on Telegram, guys, then do connect with me on Telegram. That is a very wonderful way of joining in with me on Telegram. Okay, so do join in with Telegram with me. The link is AbhiCat, or the short handle is AbhiCat. All you have to do is find AbhiCat and then get started. Okay, all right. I hope I am audible and visible to you and that you can hear me and see me. That is the most important thing, that it should be happening. देख लेती हूँ. Oh yes, good morning Shubham, good morning Rishika, good morning Shruti. How are you all doing? I hope everyone's doing well. चलो तो हम लोग लाइव हो चुके हैं. अभी फटाफट से सेशन को स्टार्ट कर देते हैं बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए. Okay, quick round of announcements. Practice, prepare and win. Remember, our next test will be on 13th of November and then on 20th of November. You can win scholarships up to 25 crores. You know where you stand with an all India rank. And the CAT application fee reimbursement for the top 1000 rankers is happening. Scan to enroll for free. This QR code is something that you can scan right away. The last mile to CAT, 6 hours marathon sessions every day from 14th to 20th of November, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. There is a lot that is happening. You will revise all the topics and concepts, the coverage of all important CAT concepts in 7 days, live practice of good quality questions, boost your preparation just before the exam under the guidance of top educators, and master the art of question selection and time management. My session will be happening on the 17th, and this will be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and I shall be covering odd ones out. So do make sure that you are joining me for this course also for odd one out. The Unacademy CAT Elite is a brand new batch for CAT preparation starting on the 10th of November, where some of our best educators will be taking classes for you guys. All you have to do is join in by finding this batch and getting started. Good morning, Santaj. All right, Ravi sir, Bharat sir, Ronak sir, Udit sir, Shavana ma'am, myself, Ritu ma'am and Raman sir, we will all be taking up classes in this batch and it's going to be a very exciting journey. Batch highlights are simple. We will have structured courses, unlimited access to live and recorded classes, 25,000 plus practice questions, in-class doubt solving, performance evaluation through 100 plus mock tests, and mentorship from CAT expert and IIM graduates. Unacademy CAT subscription features. You have a plus subscription, you have an iconic subscription. The plus subscription has digital notes, unlimited access, interactive live, structured courses, open house, community, live tests and quizzes, ask it out and raise a hand. And on top of all this, if you take our iconic subscription, you will also get physical notes, GDPI, one-to-one live mentorship, live doubt solving, test analysis, expert guidance, Discord, and so on. So there is a lot that is going on in our plus subscription as well as in our iconic subscription. All right, let's start with the article for today, Jesuits in the boardroom. Well, who are the Jesuits? That's the very interesting thing. And what is a boardroom? Of course, we understand a boardroom is a board of directors where people are running a company. So this has something to do with the corporates, right? And the Jesuits come from Jesus. So of course, people who are followers of Jesus, so these in the corporate world. So there is something very interesting happening about the Jesuits being in the corporate world. Alright, let's get started with our reading. The lifespan of corporations on the Standard & Poor's 500 index has reduced from an average of 60 years in 1950s to 10 years in the 2000s. So a corporation, a company used to be 60 years average lifespan. Now it is just 10 years. Okay. So according to the Standard & Poor's 500 index, they've realized that corporations are no longer as sturdy and as stable and as long lasting as they used to be in the 1950s. I want to argue that the obsession with defining the purpose of modern corporation in objective and clear terms is killing its ability to engage and persist. So the writer says that he wants to, or she wants to say that because we want to define the purpose of the corporation in very clear terms, that is killing the ability to engage and persist. So because the company has already defined what it will do, so it has kind of bracketed itself into what it does, and that is why it is no longer able to exist. When something does not happen according to the way it does, then the company no longer can exist, because we've already said, hey, this is how we are going to be. It is this obsession that makes it difficult for corporations to respond to ever-changing environmental and societal demands. So this obsession that uh, we have a fixed idea, a fixed marker of what this company is going to do, that is a problem. And because of that problem, companies are not flexible enough, they are not spry enough to respond to changing environmental and societal demands. So because of this fixedness that they have, their inability to change, their inability to look at things differently is very, very low. Now, who are the Jesuits? Of course, like I told you, these are followers of Jesus. And this was a group of people who were doing many, many things. So if you look up Jesuits, you will find that these people were fighting wars. These people were, uh, doing many things. There is a Society of Jesus. It's a group called a Society of Jesus. These are priests which were found by Saint Ignatius Loyola, Saint Francis Xavier, and others in 1534 to do their missionary work. Now, they were not just gentle missionaries, they were very zealous and very passionate. So, they would go out and they would, try and fight everything and do many, many things. Okay, so that is what these Jesuits were all about. Now, instead, consider a paradox. What if the best way to cope with the complexity of the corporate world is to leave corporate purpose undefined? So now he says, now the writer has told you that there is this, the corporates are these very fixed kind of entities who don't change anything. Now let us look at something very different. So there is a paradox. Now what if the best way to cope with all the complexity of the corporate world is to leave the corporate purpose undefined? That means we do not bracket the company into a certain criteria. We say that finding purpose in corporate life and work requires, instead of definitions, the creation of opportunities for its continuous exploration and reinvention. So if we want to find purpose in corporate life and we want purpose in corporate work, then instead of having a fixed criteria or a fixed notion of what a company should be, what if the company is all about continuous exploration and reinvention? So here we are, the writer says, don't bracket yourself, don't categorize yourself, do something different. Every time come up with a exploration and reinvention. What if organizing corporations around a simple defined purpose does more harm than good? Not just to the world, but to the corporation and its strength and durability. So author is saying that let us not just have a fixed purpose. Let us have, different things. Let us, having the fixed purpose is being more harmful to the corporation. Now, which figure of speech has the author used in the passage? Well, has he used a rhetoric? Has he used a metaphor? Has he used a simile? Or has he used an assonance? Well, what is a rhetoric? Very quickly, it's a question that answers itself. Okay. Well, last page, if you have seen, we did have some rhetorical questions, right? Here you are. What if finding something? What if something? What if something? Look at these questions. Each of these is a question that does not require an answer. So a rhetoric or a rhetorical question is a question that answers itself or may not require an answer. So that is something that we are seeing here. A metaphor and a simile are comparisons. Okay, but in a metaphor, the comparison is hidden. It is sort of understood, while in the simile, the comparison is mentioned by using words like as and like. Okay, so that's the difference between a metaphor and a simile. An assonance is where the inner sounds or the inner vowels are repeated again and again. So for example, fat, cat, mat, hat. Now here the fat, cat, mat, hat, the sound is similar. So this is called assonance. Repetition of the vowel sound is called assonance. Okay. Alright, let's carry on with the rest of the passage. Questions aate rahenge. To gain real perspective and understanding, what do we need to do? It helps to travel to different spaces and places, times and eras. Corporations and organizations are not new institutional forms. So let's consider an institution that has persevered for centuries. So if you want to understand, you must look at something that has stayed for centuries. Now I want to bring your attention to the world of the Society of Jesus or the Jesuits, a Catholic order founded in 1540, then soon expanded across the known world, reaching the antipodes to first discover the Cygnus Nigra, evil expression symbolizing the humanist ability to think the unthinkable, recently popularized by Nassim Taleb's book, The Black Swan. I know that for many, the Jesuits bring to mind films like The Mission and the Order's role in European colonialism. So Jesuits were a group of monks who kind of did a lot of work in the Middle Ages. And these were very well known for being very staunch, very powerful people. Okay. Good morning, Neha. Good morning, Arunesha. Good morning, Raj. All of you, can you please hit the like button so that we are also very happy? But we can also learn from them. So it is a group that brings to mind many negative things, but there are also many positives from them. Okay, they have survived after all for nearly 5 centuries. 500 plus years they have existed. They have much to teach us about the corporate need to cope with complexities and radical uncertainties, and to balance often contrasting and impossible to align interest. So they will teach you many things about the corporate need to cope. So how you can cope with complex things, with uncertainties, and how do you balance very contrasting and very impossible to put together interests. So that is something that can be learned from the Jesuits. All right, what's the Black Swan? Very interesting. It is a book. I would like all of you to go back and Google what's the Black Swan. This is a book and it's going to be very interesting to read. So if you do wish to read, but otherwise at least go through this, what this book is all about. Why are we studying the Jesuits? Why the Jesuits? The Jesuits did something very unusual. They formally recognized the absence of a single or defining corporate purpose. So they did not say that they have a purpose, one single purpose. They said formally that we do not have a specific single purpose. To today's sensibilities, such a move is counterintuitive. So for people of today, such a logic is very incorrect. If not perverse, perverse is something that is very strange. It's an imperative. Imperative means urgency, necessity. So it's an imperative of modern corporate management to organize around a purpose. So modern corporate management says we have to have a purpose. But the Jesuits have never had a purpose. They formally said that we are not going to have any purpose. The debates have all concerned what is or should be that goal. So whatever the debates are, all debates focus at the fact that there should be one goal of a corporate, and what is that goal. This principle of absence led them to seek novel institutional designs. Now, because the Jesuits did not have a defining corporate purpose, so this principle that they didn't have one, they searched for, that led them to search for how to create an organization which did not have a structure or did not have a purpose. The Jesuits were not anarchists. So they were not looking at lawlessness. Anarchia means lack of state or lawlessness. Okay, lawlessness. Let me write that. Rejecting a definitive purpose made corporate organization more, not less important. So because they rejected a specific purpose, a defining purpose, made their organization more important because they did not have a purpose. So the organization became strong. In this spirit, they built an impressive administrative machine that has operated for centuries. So because they did not have a goal, because they did not have a corporate purpose, they have built an organization that has stayed for 500 plus years, and that's going strong. So very interesting, huh? So this passage is essentially about why the Jesuits are the way they are, and how you can take that lesson from the Jesuits to the modern world, right? So what's the main idea of the passage? Corporates need new methods of survival. Jesuits have been successful for centuries, and corporates should follow the Jesuit model. Let's get your answers there. So I've started getting my answer. Arunesha, Santaj, Shubham. All right. So the main idea of the passage, yes, we have talked about two things. One, that corporates need new methods of survival. So this was one of the ideas that we spoke about. Two, that Jesuits have been successful for centuries. So that was also something that the passage said, interestingly. But the theme of the passage was that the corporate should look towards the Jesuits for understanding how to exist for such a long period. The passage very clearly says that the Jesuits have existed for 500 plus years. The corporates have gone down from 60 to now 10 years. So maybe they need a lesson. Okay, the commonality or the thing, the point of difference between the corporate and these, the Jesuits, is that the Jesuits do not have a specific goal of the organization. And that's led to a stronger, leaner, faster, better organization. So correct answer, of course, was C. Alright, the second one. Each of the following is true except the Jesuits have been around for centuries. Jesuits don't believe in order, and Jesuits have built a really strong organization. Hmm. What rat, Arunesha? Alright, I've got my answer for the second question. B, B. Santaj, Arunesha, Shubham, Rishika, they're all saying B is the correct answer. Jesuits have been, remember true except. How will we solve? We will mark all the true answers and whatever remains will be our answer. So Jesuits have been around for centuries is true, so cannot be my answer. Jesuits have built a really strong organization is true, cannot be my answer. Jesuits don't believe in order is false. They don't believe in lawlessness and therefore this is my correct answer. So yes, B has to be the correct answer. Let's quickly check. Very good. B is the correct answer. Excellent. All right, let's look at the next one. Which of the following can be inferred? Jesuits do not have any specific purpose. Jesuits are worthy teachers and learning from dissimilar organizations is possible. Let's find out. Remember, something that can be inferred can be drawn from what is written. So if something is written in the passage, that cannot be an inference. You can eliminate that. What can be concluded from the passage? Your conclusion is definitely an inference. Okay. So let's check. Come on, my boys and girls. Can you all hit the like button, please? Bachas. Like, please, like, please, like, please. Okay. Thank you, Arunesha. All right, let's take a look. Jesuits do not have any specific purpose is true, but it's a fact from the passage. So therefore, it's already mentioned. Jesuits are worthy teachers was also mentioned in the passage. It is a fact. But learning from dissimilar organizations is possible is something that we draw from the passage, right? This is my conclusion from the passage that even corporates can learn from Jesuits, right? That was what the lesson of this passage was, that corporates can learn from Jesuits. And therefore, the correct answer is C, that learning from dissimilar organizations is possible. So, correct answer C. All right, very quickly, let's take a look. Shantam from IIM Ahmedabad, Cynthia from IIM Bangalore, Roshan from IIM Calcutta, Shrishti from IIM Lucknow, Lavanya, Divyang, Subhigya, Swarnika, Arunesha. Aha, Arunesha, your photo also. Anirudh, Ronak, Satyam, and Adhish. Some of my favorites who've cracked CAT 21, and you can be among these two also. All you have to do is just do your preparation well and join me in class every single day. Okay, from 9 p.m. every day, Monday to Thursday, we are having daily section test for CAT 2022. Do make sure you're joining in. This is a very simple test where we will cover 15 questions in every class. It's a timed test, so you get to do a lot of practice. Okay, so do make sure you're joining in. Thank you for joining. Remember to use Cat Live to unlock and subscribe. Hit like, share, subscribe and the bell icon. That's very important because if you hit the bell icon, you will get notifications of all my sessions. And also guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to Unacademy, use referral code Cat Live to get your 10% off on the next Unacademy subscription. Thank you. Have a nice day. I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and shiny, same time, same place. Let's see you on the other side. Let's crack it.